Moscow, AP. The latest on Tuesday at the World Cup, all times local, 1:30 p.m. Moscow police say they have detained a person after a statue was vandalized with an England inscription at the stadium where England played Colombia in the World Cup. Russian social media users posted a picture of the statue of former Spartak Moscow player Fyodor Cherenkov, who died in 2014, with the word England inscribed in red across the chest. Police say that an investigation is underway and, as a result of the measures taken by police, the individual who committed this act has been identified and detained. Police did not identify the suspect, did not specify a nationality, and did not say whether the person admitted to vandalizing the statue. ____12:25 p.m. Jordan Pickford had a big hand in ending England's long drought in World Cup penalty shootouts. England and Colombia were tied 1-1 after extra time, meaning the round of 16 game would be decided on penalties. England had lost its previous 3 shootouts at the World Cup. The English trailed 3-2 in the shootout after Jordan Henderson's shot was saved and tension increased dramatically. But Mateusz Uribe hit the bar with Colombia's 4th kick. A diving Pickford got a hand to Carlos Baca's kick for a desperate save on the 5th. Eric Dyer stepped up and calmly buried the winner to make it 4-3 for England and secure a quarter-final spot against Sweden. TV analysts noted during the game that Pickford was among the shorter goalkeepers in the tournament at a touch over 6 feet tall, 185 centimeters. Size, at least for Pickford, isn't everything. He says, "I don't care if I'm not the biggest keeper in the world. I have the power and agility." ____11:55 p.m. England has ended a drought in World Cup shootouts to beat Colombia 4-3 on penalties and advance to a quarter-final match against Sweden. Yerry Mina's header in the 3rd minute of stoppage time for Colombia made it 1-1 at the end of regulation, and extra time was scoreless. Eric Dyer scored the decisive kick to end a run off 5 successive tournament exits on penalties, including the 2006 World Cup, the last time England reached the last 8. It is the furthest England has progressed in any tournament since the David Beckham era, when a golden generation of players underperformed on the international stage, exiting the 2002 and 2006 World Cups in the last 8. ____11:40 p.m. England and Colombia are going to a penalty shootout after extra time failed to produce a winner in the World Cup contest to determine the last of the quarter-finalists. Colombia was on the brink of elimination moments from the end of regulation before Yerry Mina's header in the 3rd minute of stoppage time equalized at 1-1. Harry Kane scored from the penalty spot in the 58th minute for his tournament-leading 6th goal of the World Cup, and England was within minutes of securing a spot in the quarter-finals against Sweden. Falcao headed wide for Colombia in extra time, before substitute Danny Rose sent a low shot narrowly wide of the far post for England. England has lost all 3 of its World Cup shootouts, most recently to Portugal in 2006, while Colombia has never played a shootout in the World Cup. ____10:58 p.m. Yerry Mina's header in stoppage time for Colombia has leveled the score at 1-1 and forced extra time against England. Harry Kane scored from the penalty spot in the 58th minute for his tournament-leading 6th goal of the World Cup, and England was within minutes of securing a spot in the quarter-finals against Sweden. But Mina rose above Harry Maguire to score with a bouncing header in the 3rd minute of stoppage time, and the referee blew for the end of 90 minutes soon after. Mina missed Colombia's World Cup opener, but has scored 1 goal in each of the 3 games since. The goal from Mina followed a bad-tempered second half which ended with 5 yellow cards for Colombian players and at least 2 for England. Going to extra time raises the prospect that England may have to play a penalty shootout. It has lost all 3 of the shootouts it has played in World Cups, while Colombia has never taken part in a World Cup shootout. ____10:19 p.m. Harry Kane has scored from the penalty spot to give England a 1-0 lead over Colombia in their World Cup round of 16 game. Carlos Sanchez tackled Kane to the ground at a corner and referee Mark Geiger awarded the penalty, though there was a long delay as Colombian players pleaded with him to reconsider. Against a chorus of whistles from Colombian fans, Kane hit the penalty down the center in the 58th minute for his sixth goal of the tournament, stretching his lead at the top of the scoring standings. 3 of those were penalties. The winner here will face Sweden in the quarterfinals, ____, 10 p.m. Sweden captain Andreas Granqvist has permission from his pregnant wife to stay 2 more weeks at the World Cup. Granqvist led Sweden into the quarterfinals with a 1-0 win over Switzerland on Tuesday. Back home in Helsingborg, his wife Sophie is already overdue to give birth to their second child. She wrote on her Instagram account after the game in St. Petersburg, "Our hero, my husband, Nova's dead. Damn, you're good, enjoy this. We'll wait for you here at home until after the final." Sweden next plays Saturday in Samara, against Colombia or England, ____, 9:50 p.m. England and Colombia are 0-0 at halftime at Spartak Stadium in a match that will determine which team fills the last spot in the World Cup quarterfinals. The half ended contentiously when Colombia's Wilmar Barrios appeared to headbutt Jordan Henderson while the players were forming a wall for a free kick. Referee Mark Geiger subsequently showed Barrios a yellow card. England had the better attacking opportunities but failed to really test David Ospina in the Colombian goal. Jesse Lingard fired over the bar for England from a good position near the end of the half. England's defense largely contained Colombia, with the South American team failing to create any clear-cut opportunities to score. The winner will play Sweden in the quarterfinals, ____, 9:05 p.m. The head of North American Soccer says the region's teams need until 2026 at a home World Cup to reach their full potential. Mexico's round of 16 loss this week left the Confederation of North, Central American and Caribbean Football, CONCACAF, without the quarterfinals place it got 4 years ago from Costa Rica. CONCACAF President Victor Montagliani says the performance of teams from the region in Russia is par for the course, with just 3 teams at this World Cup compared with 4 in 2014. Costa Rica placed last in a tough group and newcomer Panama lost all 3 games. Montagliani says, "I think you will see an improvement in 4 years, but 8 years is more realistic." The United States, Canada and Mexico are co-hosting the World Cup in 2026, ____, 8:35 p.m. The injured James Rodriguez is not fit enough to be a substitute for Colombia against England. The official FIFA team sheet lists Rodriguez as absent, and he is not among the Colombians warming up for the World Cup round of 16 game at the Spartak Stadium in Moscow. The attacking midfielder hurt his calf muscle in Colombia's 1-0 win over Senegal last week and has not recovered, despite coach Jose Pekerman saying Monday that he doesn't have a serious injury, ____, 8:10 p.m. James Rodriguez will not start for Colombia against England in the World Cup round of 16 because of a calf muscle injury. The attacking midfielder went off hurt in Colombia's 1-0 win over Senegal in the group stage, although coach Jose Pekerman indicated that Rodriguez could be fit to take on England. The more defensive Jefferson Lerma starts in his place. The only other change for Colombia from the starting lineup which beat Senegal to qualify for the knockout stages is Mateus Uribe being replaced by the more defensive Wilmar Barrios in the center of midfield. The winner of the Colombia-England game will advance to a quarterfinal match against Sweden. Colombia: David Ospina, Santiago Arias, Wilmar Barrios, Carlos Sanchez, Falcao, Juan Cuadrado, Yerry Mina, Jefferson Lerma, Johan Mojica, Juan Quintero, Davinson Sanchez, ____, 7:55 p.m. Dele Alli is back in England's lineup for the World Cup round of 16 game against Colombia after missing 2 games with injury. The Tottenham midfielder returns as coach Gareth Southgate reverts to the lineup which beat Tunisia 2-1 in England's opening group game. Southgate has made 8 changes to the lineup that lost the last group game to Belgium. Midfielder Fabian Delph is skipping the game because he has travelled home to England to be with his wife for the birth of the couple's baby. England: Jordan Pickford, Kyle Walker, John Stones, Harry Maguire, Jesse Lingard, Jordan Henderson, Harry Kane, Raheem Sterling, Kieran Trippier, Ashley Young, Dele Alli, ___7:15 p.m. Brazil forward Douglas Costa has been cleared to return to squad practice at the World Cup after recovering from a muscle injury. Costa had been working separately from the group since injuring his right thigh in the game against Costa Rica on June 22, missing the last group game against Serbia and the round of 16 game against Mexico. He rejoined the team's practice session in Sochi on Tuesday, a day after Brazil secured a spot in the quarter-finals with the 2-0 win over Mexico. A few other Brazilian players have needed medical attention during the tournament in Russia, including Neymar, Danilo, Fred, Renato Augusto and Marcelo. Even Coach Tite had to visit team doctors after pulling a muscle while celebrating a goal in the game against Costa Rica. Marcelo did not play against Mexico after being replaced early in the game against Serbia because of a back spasm. It remains unclear if the veteran left-back will be available for Friday's quarter-final match against Belgium, ___6:53 p.m. Sweden has advanced to the World Cup quarter-finals for the first time since 1994 with a 1-0 win over Switzerland. The Swedes took the lead in the 66th minute at St. Petersburg when Emil Forsberg's right foot shot deflected off defender Manuel Akanji and past the wrong-footed Jan Sommer. Forsberg also cleared a corner off his own line to preserve Sweden's lead in the 80th minute. Referee Damir Skamina awarded Sweden a penalty in stoppage time for a foul by Michael Lang on Martin Olsson but overturned his own decision after a review showed Lang's push was just outside the area. Lang was sent off for the challenge. Sweden will play the winner of Tuesday's later match between England and Colombia at Spartak Stadium in Moscow. Number 6 ranked Switzerland had more of the possession but created few clear-cut chances against the well-drilled Sweden defense, ___6:25 p.m. Sweden has scored in the 66th minute to take a 1-0 lead over Switzerland in the World Cup round of 16 game at St. Petersburg. Emil Forsberg's right foot shot deflected off defender Manuel Akanji and past the wrong-footed Jan Sommer. The goal came after Sweden had created but spurned the best chances of the match. It's the third time in 4 games Switzerland has conceded the opening goal. The winner plays England or Colombia in the quarter-finals, ___5:50 p.m. Sweden has had the best chances of the first half against Switzerland in their World Cup round of 16 match but has not been able to convert any of them and score remains 0-0 at half-time. Switzerland goalkeeper Jan Sommer dived to his right at full stretch to save a left-foot volley by striker Marcus Berg after 28 minutes and Albin Ekdal volleyed high over the bar when Michael Lustig picked him out at the far post with an inviting cross. Lustig picked up the yellow card midway through the half and will be suspended if Sweden wins the match and progresses to a quarter-final against the winner of the England-Colombia match. Switzerland, ranked number 6 in the world, had more possession but failed to carve out any clear-cut chances. Blorine Jamili hit a shot well over the bar for the Swiss in the 39th minute after an exchange of passes with Steven Zuber, ___5:35 p.m. The lack of a U.S. team caused a big viewership drop for World Cup telecasts. The 48 group stage telecasts on Fox and FS1 averaged 2,069,000 viewers, according to Nielsen Media Research. That is down 42% from the 3.54 million average on ESPN, ESPN2 and ABC 4 years ago and down 15% from the 2,429,000 average on ESPN, ESPN2 and ABC 8 years ago. Excluding games involving the U.S. in previous World Cups, the average declined 28% from the 2014 tournament in Brazil and was up 1% from the 2010 tournament in South Africa. Most group stage kickoff times this year were morning EDT, starting as early as 6 a.m., and the latest matches began at 2 p.m. Games in 2014 started mostly from noon to 4 p.m. EDT, while in 2010 games there were mini-games to 10 a.m. and some as early as 7:30 a.m. 26 group stage matches were aired on Fox, up from 6 on ABC in 2014 and 4 on ABC in 2010. Ratings include only television viewers and not those who viewed digital streams. ___5:20 p.m. Nigeria captain John Obi Mikel says he was told 4 hours before his country's crucial World Cup game against Argentina that his father had been kidnapped back home and would be shot if the player reported it to authorities. Mikel says in a statement from his management company that he hid the news from his teammates and coaches in Russia and had to shut it out of my head and go and represent my country first. Nigeria lost last Tuesday's game in St. Petersburg 2-1 after a late Argentina goal, and was eliminated from the World Cup. Mikel's father, Michael Mikel, was freed in the southeastern state of Enugu on Monday. It's the second time his father has been kidnapped in Nigeria. ___4:35 p.m. Sweden captain Andreas Granqvist is starting for his country in its World Cup round of 16 match against Switzerland. His wife might not be totally focused on the action. Granqvist's wife Sophie is due to give birth Tuesday to the couple's second child. On the eve of the game, Granqvist said he was fully focused on the game tomorrow and my wife is very strong. Switzerland forward Briel Embolo, who returned home last week to attend the birth of his first child, is on the bench for the match in St. Petersburg, ___4:30 p.m. FIFA has banned a Caribbean soccer leader for 2 years after he profited from sales of 2014 World Cup tickets. FIFA says its ethics committee also ordered Benald Coombs of St. Vincent and the Grenadines to pay a 40,000 Swiss francs $40,300 fine. Coombs, the president of the St. Vincent and the Grenadines Soccer Federation, was found guilty of charges relating to corruption, conflicts of interest and breach of loyalty to FIFA. FIFA says Coombs sold tickets for a profiteering markup after he bought them through the Island Federation and in his position as a FIFA committee member. ___4:15 p.m. Switzerland coach Vladimir Petkovic has rewarded Josip Drmic with a starting place for the World Cup round of 16 match against Sweden. Drmic, who scored as a second-half substitute in Switzerland's 2-2 draw with Costa Rica in its last group match, replaces Briel Embolo in the front line. Petkovic also was forced to make 2 changes in his defense because of suspensions. Captain Stefan Lichtsteiner and Fabian Schär both missed the match and are replaced by Michael Lang and Johan Giroud. Sweden coach Jonna Andersson made 1 change to the starting lineup that beat Mexico 3-0 in its last group match, bringing in Gustav Svensson for suspended midfielder Sebastian Larsson. Sweden, Robin Olsen, Michael Lustig, Victor Lindelof, Andreas Granqvist, Ludwig Augustinsson, Albin Ekdal, Marcus Berg, Emil Forsberg, Gustav Svensson, Victor Claesson, Ola Toivonen. Switzerland, Jan Sommer, Manuel Akanji, Michael Lang, Granit Xhaka, Valone Barami, Ricardo Rodriguez, Steven Zuber, Blorine Jamili, Josip Drmic, Johan Giroud, Jordan Shaqiri, ___2:35 p.m. Alex Ovechkin is bringing the Stanley Cup to the World Cup. Fresh off winning the NHL title, the Washington Capitals forward is taking the trophy to Moscow on Saturday, where it will be exhibited at a Fan Fest public viewing site ahead of Russia's quarterfinal game against Croatia. Ovechkin says on Instagram, "Dear friends, I'll be happy to see everyone who wants to take a photo with the Stanley Cup." Ovechkin was in Moscow on Sunday to see his native Russia beat Spain on penalties in the round of 16 following a 1-1 draw after extra time. ___1:40 p.m. The head of the Polish Football Federation says national coach Adam Nowaka will not have his contract extended after Poland failed to advance from the group phase at the World Cup. Zbigniew Boniek said Tuesday that Nawaka will stay in the job only until July 30. In Group H games in Russia, Poland lost to Senegal 2-1, and to Colombia 3-0. Poland beat only Japan 1-0. Nawaka said he felt responsible for the team failing to meet expectations at the World Cup, and did not do a very good job choosing the players. He has coached Poland since November 2013. More AP World Cup coverage. https://appnews.com/tag/World Cup. Copyright The Associated Press. All rights reserved. This material may not be published, broadcast, rewritten or redistributed.